Early on Tuesday, President Donald Trump melted down after his announced ceasefire agreement between Israel, the US, and Iran nearly fell apart. Okay, and it still might be on the razor's edge. Okay, currently the situation in the Middle East is rapidly evolving, or perhaps devolving. I'm not entirely sure which. Trump told reporters on Tuesday morning, quote, "You basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the F they're doing. Do you understand that?" First off, it was Israel that unilaterally attacked Iran. So, I mean, oh no, they were fighting. No, it was Israel launching attacks against their neighbors. Okay, but anyway, previously Trump had triumphantly announced that, oh, we got a ceasefire in effect. We got a ceasefire. Except no, not quite. Not exactly. Not long after Trump's ceasefire announcement, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was like, "Oh, no, we got a ceasefire. Yeah, it's great." And then it was like, "But, Iran, they've launched more missiles, so we're going to have to shoot back." Iran was like, "Oh, no, we didn't actually shoot any missiles at you. We want the ceasefire. But you know what? We're warning you. If you shoot missiles at us, we're going to shoot back." So both countries are like, "Oh, we didn't do it. We didn't violate the ceasefire. You violated the ceasefire. Everybody's violating the ceasefire all the time. Now we have no choice but to shoot back." What is going on here? Again, insanity. Trump, of course, went on to rage against the cable news networks and even Israel for, I guess, embarrassing him. He said, "I'm really unhappy if Israel is going out this morning because of the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot perhaps by mistake." He added that as soon as he was done speaking to reporters, he planned to, quote, "see if he could stop it." And then he spoke to Netanyahu on the phone, and less than a half hour later, he's like, "Victory, we have a ceasefire." Quote, "Israel's not going to attack Iran. All planes will turn around and head home while doing a friendly plane wave to Iran. Nobody will be hurt. The ceasefire is in effect." This, by the way, was right after he was begging Israel publicly to not do any more bombing. I mean, it's insane. Look, Israel's not going to attack Iran. All planes will turn around. And then, "Israel, do not drop those bombs. If you do, it's a major violation. Bring your pilots home now." And then signed it. He signed his Truth Social post. What? Why would you do that?
Truth Central.
I don't know. Total joke. But look, the big question here, and the most important question here: do we or do we not have a ceasefire? It seems like for now hostility has ended, but Trump's posts have not exactly inspired any confidence here in whether or not that this will last. In fact, he wrote, "I knew the time was now. The world and the Middle East are the real winners. Both nations will see tremendous love, peace, and prosperity in their futures." Yeah. Look, so here's the thing. Now he's saying that, the strikes that I ordered against Iran's nuclear facilities, which obliterated them, which actually, if you look at the satellite imagery, not exactly. Not exactly. No, but look, 3,000-pound bunker buster bombs. He used those. Turns out, probably didn't even hit the uranium stockpiles. Okay, you know why? Because ahead of time, Iran kind of expected this whole thing to happen, so they moved them elsewhere. But Trump's claiming, "Oh yeah, no, us getting involved, that brought Iran to the negotiating table because they didn't want to negotiate before." But wait a minute, Iran is not the one who started the conflict. It was Israel. Iran, I'm pretty sure that they did not want a conflict, did not want a war. In fact, look, even after everything that's happened, Iran's president's like, we do not plan on violating the ceasefire unless Israel does it first. Quote, this is President Masoud Pezeshkian. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with these names. He said in a statement, according to Now News, Iran will not violate the ceasefire unless the Zionist regime does. Tehran is ready for talks and to defend the rights of the Iranian people at the negotiation table. Okay, well, look, at the end of the day, it looks like to me Iran is more interested in peace than Israel is because Israel keeps attacking their neighbors. And not only that, but they've been more willing to negotiate their nuclear program than anyone else. I mean, they've been allowing inspectors into their facilities. They've been trying to keep their uranium enrichment under what's needed for a weapon, for weapons grade, which is like 93%, I believe. And they've gotten it up to what, 60? I mean, yes, and some of the reports are like from the inspectors are like, well, they could if they really wanted to have a nuclear weapon within like what, 1 to 3 years, you know, to get because of that uranium enrichment that they could do, that they have to do to get it to weapons grade. They could, but they actively have not been pursuing that. Instead, using the uranium to power their facilities, to do domestic energy, right? And that's what that is. Either domestic energy or scientific or medical research. Pretty much it. Okay. And it is important to remember, too, that Iran, not Israel, signed on to the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. That's important. That is important. Israel didn't sign that. Israel got nuclear weapons. Iran does not. So there's that. Look, here's the thing, though. Okay. Thanks to Donald Trump shredding the nuclear deal, okay, that we had previously with Iran, okay, that, you know, allowed even more inspectors and strict rules, Trump got rid of that, okay? And now the strikes from Israel, Iran's considering, like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't be part of the non-proliferation treaty. Maybe we should develop a nuclear weapon. Why? So that we could deter U.S. invasion. That's the point that we're at, okay? Where, yes, they are legitimately afraid of Donald Trump launching an invasion into Iran. Yeah, don't go after their nuclear weapons program that doesn't exist. And so they're like, well, hell with it. Might as well develop a nuclear weapon. Keep them out. Keep out the Israelis, keep out the Americans. Mutually assured destruction. We're back to that. Disastrous. But understand that this is what happens when you put corrupt warmongers like Netanyahu, for example, in charge, and man babies like Trump. That's what happens when you put them in charge of these countries. And this is not to say that I love Iran. I do not like their government. I don't like fundamentalist religious right-wing governments. I'm opposed to them, right? But at the same time, I'm also more opposed to getting us involved in dumb regime change wars. Okay, I actually do want a lasting peace. I do. Okay, but it is hard to imagine a lasting peace happening when these two countries, Israel and the United States, are being led by bloodthirsty morons. I just hope that at the end of the day, cooler heads prevail. I mean, it feels like Iran has been like very measured, even in their responses, their bombings of the area of U.S. bases in Qatar, right? Even then, their responses have been, yes, retaliatory, of course, but also very much measured, as opposed to what Israel's doing and what the Trump administration has been doing, which doesn't seem measured at all. So, that said, I do hope that these, the ceasefire, all this stuff sticks, and that we get some sort of negotiation, some sort of deal that, yes, does prevent nuclear proliferation. I think that's a terrible thing. It's a terrible idea. I don't think anybody should have nuclear weapons. But I hope all of this leads to something positive, even though I'm expecting it not to. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.